Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassandra and today's 30-minute class is designed specifically for weightlifters. So we'll be trying to target the hips and chest mostly. Starting out in child's pose, let's bring our big toes to touch, knees about shoulder width distance apart, walking your palms out in front of you so you can relax your head and chest down onto the ground. So if your forehead doesn't quite make it down onto the mat, you can always slide a block underneath here. And if there's any pain or tension through the lower back, you can bring your knees a little bit closer towards each other. Shrugging shoulder blades down your back, keep the neck long, and start to take long, deep belly breaths. Allowing the hips to sink down towards the heels. Relaxing the jaw, neck, shoulders. Let's take 3 more breaths right here. Creating space at the back of the heart. And allowing your upper body to be heavy. Let's walk our palms back in, make your way into a tabletop pose. Palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and take a few rounds of cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and as you exhale, round your spine, bringing chin to chest. Try to keep your elbows straight here. Take a few more rounds, follow the rhythm of your own breath, and just try to get the motion to come through your shoulder blades and upper body. Starting to warm up the spine, keeping your fingertips spreading, middle finger pointing towards the top of the mat. Take a few more rounds. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round your spine. Create space between the shoulder blades. And let's find our high push-up position, walking your feet back. Keep your shoulders over your wrists or maybe a couple inches past your wrists so that you're really high on the balls of your feet. Tailbone lengthening towards your heels. Find your breath. Try not to hold your breath here. Heart reaches forward. On an exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Set your feet about hip-width distance apart and then interlace your fingers behind your lower back. On an inhale, chin and chest lift up. Keep your legs and feet down on the mat for this first variation. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Really start to get into the chest and upper body. Back of the neck stays long. Exhale, release it down. We'll do a few more rounds just like that. So still keeping our hips, legs, and feet down onto the mat. On an inhale, chin and chest rise up. Reach your knuckles towards your heels. If you'd like to engage your legs, go ahead and lift them up. If it's too much for your back, keep them down. Make sure you're not holding your breath here. Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit more. And exhale, set it down. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders and make your way into puppy pose. So keep your hips over your knees and just walk your palms out in front of you so you get a really deeper opening through the shoulders and chest here. Forehead relaxes down onto the mat. Same thing as before. If your forehead doesn't quite make it, you can always lower down on a block instead. So you should be feeling a good opening through the pectorals here. If you'd like to make this pose a little bit deeper and go into the triceps, press your palms together, start to bend the elbows and bring your knuckles behind your head. And you might need to walk your elbows out an inch or two in front of you here, getting deeper into the shape. Keep your abdominals engaged so there's no sway in your lower back. And try to melt your heart down towards the ground. Let's bring our palms back down onto the mat. And from here, curl your toes under, lift your hips up towards the sky, find your first downward dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Palms are shoulder-width distance apart with your fingertips spreading. Try to relax your neck as you curl your tailbone up towards the sky, getting into the backs of the legs. And then slowly step forward to the top of the mat, take a forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. So instead of focusing on the hamstrings here, we're going to lengthen the spine, so let your head be heavy. Hold on to opposite elbows as you sway from side to side. Maybe lifting all 10 toes off the mat to engage your arches. Lifting your quads off your knees. Pulling up through the legs. Bend your knees generously and slowly come all the way up to stand, rolling one vertebrae at a time. No rush here. Rolling shoulders down and away from the ears. On an inhale, both arms reach up, palms come to touch. As you exhale, fold forward. Relax your neck. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, find your high push-up pose. Heart reaches forward. One breath here. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Find your cobra on an inhale. Palms stay down, chin and chest lift up. Keep your hips down onto the mat, elbows hug in, shoulders down and away from the ears. And as you exhale, lower your heart back down and find your way into downward dog. Right leg rises up towards the sky on an inhale. Go ahead and bend your right knee and open up through your right hip. Try not to twist your upper body too much here. Let this be about your hips and legs only. And with control, step your right foot forward to the top of the mat and lower your back knee down. Find your low lunge, making sure your right knee is not going past your right ankle. Both arms reach up. Starting to stretch into the hip flexors, psoas, through your left leg. Think of pulling your upper body out of your waist here and staying long through the spine. Breathing in and out through the nose. Let's come into a side bend. Bring your right hand on your waist, then reach your left arm up and over. Getting even deeper through your left hip flexors and maybe getting a bit of a stretch through the left side of your ribs. Pull yourself back up to center, drop your palms down onto the mat, lift your back knee off of the ground and start to walk your palms over towards the left side of your mat so that both feet are parallel towards the short edges of your mat and you're in a wide-legged forward fold. So now starting to get a little bit more into the hamstrings and hips. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed and try to relax your upper body as much as you can. Let's get into the shoulders by interlacing our fingers behind our lower back and reaching your knuckles up and over. You can always bend your knees a little bit here or widen your stance, whatever you need to do. Let's bring our palms back down onto the mat, halfway lift on an inhale. Walk your palms all the way back towards the front, bending into your right knee so that you're finding your high lunge. Both arms reach up. So you're on your back toes of your left foot. Right knee is bent, trying to get your right thigh parallel towards the ground. Sinking your hips down a little bit lower. Maintaining a lift through the upper body. And let's take a twist. Right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips here so you're not leaning forward or leaning back, and you really need to use your core for this so you can hug your lower abdominals in. Pressing your palms down, stay strong through your back. You really need to use your erectors here to twist. Drop your left palm down onto the mat, right arm up. And really lean into your left palm so you can roll that right shoulder back. Take one more breath here, and then drop your right palm to the inside of your right leg. Toe heel your right foot all the way over to the edge of your mat and drop your back knee down onto the mat. We'll come into lizard pose. This goes really deep into the inner groin and thighs. So stay up onto your palms. If you'd like to go deeper into it, you can lower down onto your forearms. If the floor is too far away here, you can always use a block or two. Just focus on not using too much strength through your upper body so that you can really let your hips be heavy. And keep squeezing your right knee in towards your bicep. We'll stay here for another 3 to 5 breaths. Soften the upper body a little bit more, almost out of the pose. If you're on your forearms, start to come back up onto your palms, curl your back toes under, find your high push-up pose. Take one deep breath here. On the exhale, lower your push-up all the way down onto your belly. Finding your cobra pose once more. Inhale, chin and chest lift up. Keep your elbows bent, shoulders relaxed, hips are down onto the mat. Exhale, pull your heart forward and down, and we find our way in downward facing dog. Curling your toes under, straightening the legs. Pressing your chest towards your thighs, ready to go do the same sequence over on the second side. So this time left leg rises on an inhale, bend your left knee and open up your left hip. Try not to twist your upper body, so keep your left shoulder rolling down. Getting your left knee to be the highest point, step your left foot forward to the top of the mat and drop your back knee down, finding your low lunge. So let your hips sink down low without letting your left knee go past your ankle here. Both arms are reaching up. Trying not to cause too much of a sway in your lower back, so you'll need to engage your abdominals. Lightly squeezing your shoulder blades behind your back. Let's come into a side bend. Left palm on your waist, right arm reaches up and over, getting deeper through your right hip flexors. And make sure you're still rolling your right shoulder down and away from the ear here. There should be no tension through the neck. Both palms come back down onto the mat. Lift your back knee off of the ground and spin as you walk your palms over towards the right side of your mat, straightening through both legs and folding forward. Both feet parallel to the short edges of your mat. And we'll get deeper into the hamstrings and hips here as well. Start to walk your palms over towards your right foot, right leg, holding on to whatever you can here. And the further forward you walk your left fingertips, the deeper you'll be able to get into the side body, left side of your ribs. Remember that you can always bend your knees if you need to. Trying not to lock the joints or hyperextend. And let's switch sides. Start to walk your palms over towards your left foot, holding on to whatever you can, crawling your right fingertips forward as much as you can. And even here, just relax your chest down, soften your neck, let your head be heavy. Trying to hold as little tension as you can through the neck and shoulders. Let this be about your lower body only. And then spin your left foot forward to the top of the mat so that you can find your high lunge once more, high on the ball of your back toes, both arms reaching up. Hips are sinking down low as you bend into your left knee, trying to get your left thigh parallel towards the ground. Let's find our twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Snacking shoulders over hips, look wherever is comfortable for your neck, wherever helps you balance. And really press your arms down, engage your fingers, sink your hips a little bit lower, and then drop your right palm down onto the mat, left arm rises up, finding your twist. Leaning into your right hand as you roll your left shoulder back. Keep your back knee, back leg lifted. Drop your left palm to the inside of your foot as you toe heel your foot all the way over towards the edge of your mat. We'll find our lizard pose, so drop your back knee down onto the mat. You'll either stay up onto your palms or maybe lower down onto your forearms. Keep your left knee hugging in towards your left arm. And we're here for a good amount of time, getting really deep into the hips here, inner groin. Use a block or two if you need to, and as much as possible, you're only using your arms to support yourself, not to hold yourself out of the pose or struggle against it. Try to get yourself as comfortable as you can here so that you can hold it for 5 to 8 breaths. Start to come back up onto your palms. Curl your back toes under to lift your right knee. Find your high push-up pose on an inhale. As you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Cobra, chin and chest lift up. And then exhale, lower down. Find your way into downward facing dog. Curling your toes under, straightening your legs. Pressing chest towards your thighs, relaxing your neck. Look forward to the top of the mat. Step or hop both feet in between your palms. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Press to stand. Both arms reach up overhead. Palms come to touch. And as you exhale, draw your hands in towards the heart. Let's take our second flow. From here, inhale, both arms reach up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, step both feet back. Lower your push-up all the way down. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises on an inhale. Bend your right knee, open up your right hip once more, trying to get your right knee to be the highest point here. And then step your right foot forward to the top of the mat. Spin your back heel parallel to the short edge of your mat. Find your warrior two. So you're bending deeply into your right knee and pressing that right knee open, externally rotating your right hip. Press into both feet, both legs evenly. Shoulders stay stacked over your hips. Extended side angle, right forearm over your right thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Trying to get one long diagonal line from your left fingertips all the way down into your left foot. Look wherever works for your neck here. Keep your hips sinking down as low as you can. Come back up into warrior two and then bring both elbows in front of you, bent at a 90-degree angle. From here, swing your right arm underneath your left, binding once or twice. And then as you inhale, lift your elbows up as high as you can, and on the exhale, start to fold forward as low as you can. Maintaining your warrior two legs, so you're still bending into your right knee and keeping your left leg straight. So this gets really deep into the hips. If you can't go down all the way, that's fine. Try to hold halfway. Creating space through the back of the shoulder blades. Release your arms, drop your palms down onto the mat, straighten through both legs and find your wide-legged forward fold. Relax your upper body. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your palms back to the top of the mat. Turn your right toes forward. Find your high lunge. Three-legged dog. Right leg reaches up and back once more. Bend your right knee, open up your right hip. And let's find our warrior two again. Right foot forward. Back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Both arms reach out. Shoulders over your hips. And let's straighten our front leg, finding your triangle pose. Hips go back, chest comes forward. Drop your right palm alongside your shin. Left arm reaches up. So don't really worry about how far down your right palm is going here. Really all we're trying to do is lengthen both sides of our ribs, staying long through the spine, so there's no contraction or collapsing through the front body. And if looking up doesn't work for you, just keep your head neutral. Bring your hand on your waist, look down so that both palms can come down, bending into your right knee. Bring your palms down onto the mat and find your pigeon pose. So you want to get your right knee behind your right wrist. And from here, you're reaching your left leg out behind you, trying to sink your hips as low as you possibly can. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed here before you start to walk your palms out in front of you and fold forward. So this does get really deep into the hips and glutes. If at any point it's too much, just back out and take a few breaths. On a scale of 1 to 10, you want to be at about a 4 or a 5. There's really no reason to go more here. And so notice if you're leaning on your right hip more than your left. Try to let your upper body be relaxed so that gravity can pull your hips down a little bit lower. And we'll take 3 to 5 more breaths here. Start to walk your palms back in, curl your back toes under, make your way back into downward facing dog. And do any little movements you need to do here. Get the blood flowing again through that right leg, right hip. And then we'll do the second side. Left leg rises. Go ahead and bend your left knee, open up through that left hip, and step your left foot forward to the top of the mat. Spin your back right heel parallel to the short edge of your mat, finding your warrior 2 on the second side. So this time you're bending into your left knee and pressing your left thigh open, sinking your hips a little bit deeper. Let's come into extended side angle pose from here. Left forearm over your left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. One nice diagonal line from your right fingertips all the way down to your right foot, so that you have your right bicep along your ear. Hips are still sinking down low. Keep your legs exactly as they are, and on an inhale, just lift your upper body back up, bending your elbows in front of you at a 90-degree angle. This time, let's bring our left arm underneath our right, binding once or twice. As you inhale, lift your elbows up high, and on the exhale, fold forward to the inside of your legs. So you're still bending into your left knee, keeping your right leg straight. Pressing your forearms together, broadening through the upper back. Make sure you're still breathing here. 2 deep breaths, almost out of the pose. Unwind your arms, straighten through both legs. Both feet are turned in. And just find your forward fold. Softening the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Start to walk your palms back towards the top of the mat. Find your 3-legged dog. Left leg reaches up and back, and go ahead and bend your left knee, open up your left hip. Now let's come into warrior 2 a second time. Left foot forward, right foot parallel to the short edges of your mat. Both arms reach out, hips are sinking down low. Let's find our triangle pose, straightening through your left leg. Hips go back, chest comes forward. Drop your left palm along your leg, right arm reaches up towards the sky, maybe looking up if that's comfortable for your neck. And so you can hold on to your shin here, drop your palm on a block, fingertips down onto the mat, or you can just press the outside of your palm to the inside of your shin, using your abdominals to hold you up here, rolling your right shoulder back. Bring your right hand on your waist. Look down as you bend into your left knee. Both hands come down and find your pigeon pose. So this time you're trying to bring your left knee behind your left wrist, reaching your right leg back behind you, leveling your hips as you fold forward. So not leaning on one side more than the other. And it's normal to have a side that's a little bit tighter than the other, so if that's the case for you here on this left side, instead of trying to force your body to be doing the exact same thing that you did on the other side, just modify and adapt however you need to. So you can always use a block or two to make the floor a little bit closer towards you. And you're using your arms for support, but not to struggle against the pose. So try to let gravity do most of the work for you here. Start to lift your head and chest back up and make your way into downward dog. Do any little movements that you need to do here. Let's come down onto our knees and come down onto your forearms. You want to be sure that you can hold on to opposite biceps. And then set your palms and forearms back down onto the mat. Curl your toes back under and lift your hips up towards the sky, coming into dolphin pose. So this is just like downward dog, except you're down on your forearms. Keep pressing your chest towards your thighs, your head is off of the mat. Really engage your shoulders here, engage your upper back. This is a pretty challenging pose, so lower down as much as you need to if you do need to. Maybe walk your toes in a little bit more, trying to straighten through the legs, relaxing your neck. Walk your feet out behind you and find your forearm plank. So your heart reaches forward, one long line from the crown of your head all the way towards your heels. Squeezing your inner thighs together, high on the balls of your feet. Lower your hips down onto the mat, walk your palms a couple inches in front of you, and just stretch the front body, coming into Sphinx pose. A little bit of a back bend here. So let's come into a chest opener from here. You'll need to bring your left arm at a 90-degree angle and then start to roll onto your left hip, left shoulder. Keep your head down onto the mat and use your right hand to press into the ground. You might be used to doing this stretch against the wall, so it's the same type of thing. You want to be getting an opening through the left side of your pectorals, deep into the biceps and shoulder. And you can play with the angle of your elbow here. So I like to keep my left arm bent at a 90-degree angle, but some people will prefer to have their arm out straight. Just whatever gets you the deepest stretch so you can get more of an opening through the front body. Towards the second side, straighten your legs, roll over onto your belly. And this time your right arm bends at a 90-degree angle, roll onto your right hip, right shoulder, and press your left palm down into the mat so that you can twist a little bit deeper. Starting to unwind from our practice, so slow down your breath. Press yourself up into a comfortable seated pose. We'll finish with a few seated hip openers. So bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees fall apart, coming into a butterfly shape. Sitting up nice and tall here. And then let's come into a forward fold, relaxing your shoulders down and away from the ears, lengthening your spine. Start to walk your palms out in front of you and just soften the upper body. The tendency in a pose like this is to use our quads and tense them up so that the knees stay higher up. So see if you can relax your legs and let gravity pull your knees down gently. You can always widen the space between your heels and your hips, or you can use a couple blocks to support your forehead if you need to. Just take 5 deep belly breaths. Let's come out of the pose, walking your palms back in slowly, lifting your upper body, and then go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Drawing your right knee in towards your chest, keep your left leg extended, pressing your left heel down into the mat, getting into our hip flexors one last time. Maybe doing a few ankle rolls with your right foot. Any little movements that you need to do here. And let's switch sides. Bring your left knee in, straighten your right leg down on the ground. Maybe doing a few ankle rolls on this side. Straighten both legs down onto the mat. Take up as much space as you're comfortable taking, coming into our corpse pose, final resting pose. Palms facing up towards the sky. Maybe allow your eyes to close. Start to slow down your breath. And just give your body the opportunity to integrate all the elements of your practice, giving yourself time to rest. Going back to whatever breath is natural to you. So this was your Yoga for Weightlifters class. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Thank you again. Namaste.